Manifesting Tips from the Experts, a practical guide to using the law of attraction. Linda Paul, www.subliminalmindprogram.com. Hi there. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the owner of the website, Subliminal Mind Program, www.subliminalmindprogram.com, which has been giving advice to people about the manifesting process for several years now. When I started the site, I had a lot of enthusiasm for the whole idea of manifesting my ideal life. However, admittedly, I wasn't having much success. Sure, I had a few small victories, but nothing substantial and consistent. But I plugged away at it, determined to become like one of those masters you meet on The Secret, manifesting success after success. But it didn't take long before I realized that there must be a whole lot more to this manifestation thing than I had previously supposed. Rather than give up, I decided to consult the experts, and, as you can see from my blog posts, I have managed to gather some great tips and advice over the last couple of years from people such as Esther Hicks, Bob Proctor, Joe Vitale, Alan Tutts, Andy Shaw, Chris and Howe and Rishanbi, among others, for making the law of attraction work better for me. 3. I can say that after putting these things into practice, I have finally found what works. My happiness level is higher, my appearance has improved, and I find that I can manifest much more quickly and successfully than I ever have before, even when I'm not really trying. So without further ado, I would like to present what I consider to be the most important lessons I have learned over the last few years, so that you may put them into practice yourself. And don't forget that you can always return to my site, http://subliminalmindprogram.com, to get more tips, product reviews and insights into manifesting your best life. Enjoy. Linda, www.subliminalmindprogram.com. For introduction, what is the subconscious mind and why is it so important? Any conscious person can tell you that there is a lot of inequality in the world. There are people who are much richer than others. There are people who are much healthier than others, and there are people who are much happier than others. So what is it that makes humans so unequal? Why do some people seem to have opportunities open up around them all of the time, while you feel as though you always have to struggle your way through life? Most people attribute these things to external sources, such as that person has a better education, came from a wealthier family, is more attractive, intelligent or charming. They believe that the reason they are not succeeding is because they weren't fortunate enough to be endowed with such traits. You, on the other hand, are reading this report, which means you probably have considered that the reasons for such outcomes actually lie inside your subconscious mind. Maybe you have delved into things like the law of attraction, thinking you are going to be like the rich, successful people on the film. Then the disappointment hits you, and you feel like 99% of the people who have seen that film. You really want to believe, but there is something missing. I know, I was one of those people too. Let me say that I still believe that your subconscious mind is the most powerful asset you possess. It lets you know when you are in danger, helps your body to heal itself, and can help you to create the life you want by creating situations in your mind first. But before you can create the situations you want, you need to be the best you that you can be. You cannot walk into this without having prepared yourself completely from the ground up. You need to be in alignment and on the right vibration. There are ways to achieve this, which I will outline for you as well. Personally, I can say that my own life only started to change when I took a good holistic look at myself and stopped focusing on one or two particular things I wanted. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anyone here by telling you that manifestation is a lot of work at first. However, it is worth it. By following the methods I outline, you will not only get things you want, you will grow as a person as well, and you will find that this extra personal growth in turn only makes the manifestation process easier. www.subliminalmindprogram.com. 6. If there is a secret out there, then this is it. The more you grow as a person and reach the right vibrational level, the less frustration you will feel when trying to manifest. The infinite intelligence does not respond well to people who are depressed. Our hypochondriacs would rather complain and complain than find a way out of their difficult situations, blame their parents, drink alcohol/smoke pot every day, don't make sure their bodies are getting the basics they need in which to maintain a good level of health, are always jealous of the success of others, have a lack mentality, work themselves to death. 7. Don't try to remove the blockages in their lives, refuse to admit they have problems, live through their egos, belittle others, choose to stay in bad relationships, are mentally lazy, and so on. I'm sure you get my drift. By reading this report, you are taking the first step towards becoming somebody who is mindful and aware. Congratulations, you are already on your way. In this report you will find some practical techniques that you can start putting to practice today. These are actual techniques that I have used that may require you to look into purchasing some products. Don't be afraid to do this. There are many useful products such as hypnosis and meditation products available in downloadable form over the internet that are perfectly safe to use. They may feel strange at first, but in time you will get used to using them, and before long, they will become a part of www.subliminalmindprogram.com. 8 your day. But before we start on this path of manifesting, I'll explain a little bit about what the subconscious mind is, just to give you a little insight into what a fantastic machine we have at our disposal. What is the subconscious mind? You have only one mind, but this mind can be divided between the conscious and subconscious mind. Typically, the conscious mind represents around 12% of your brain functions, while the subconscious mind represents around 88%. 9. The two parts of your mind are represented by two different nervous systems, which interact with each other. The cerebrospinal system is the organ of the conscious mind and is the organ through which you receive conscious perception via your five senses and deliberately exercise control over your physical body. The involuntary nervous system, which is located in the back of the stomach in a region known as the solar plexus, is the organ of the subconscious mind. These two systems may work separately or in synchronicity with each other. Different areas of the brain are connected with the conscious and subconscious mind. The frontal portion is generally attributed to the conscious mind and the back part of the brain is connected to the subconscious. There is also an intermediate portion, which can adopt the character of both. When your conscious mind has an idea, it sends a vibration to your voluntary system of nerves. This, in turn, causes a similar vibration to travel to your involuntary system, thus handing the idea over to your subconscious mind. This means that every thought entertained by your conscious mind is sent to your solar plexus for storage in the subconscious. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 10. So you can see that, because of our physiology, the conscious and subconscious minds are constantly interacting with each other, but because the subconscious mind has control over 88% of our functioning, it really matters what type of messages it receives. Did you also know that the subconscious mind also possesses a special intelligence that takes care of our bodies? When you study the cellular system and the structure of organs, such as eyes, ears, heart, liver, bladder, etc., you can see that they consist of groups of cells which form a kind of group intelligence which function together and are able to take orders and carry them out at the suggestion of the master mind. In fact, the more we study the subconscious mind, the more we understand that it is always working for our general good, reflecting an innate principle of harmony behind all things. These divine truths are seeking expression through you at all times. So, why does this divine principle not always show itself? 11. The problem with humans is that our conscious minds interfere with this process by seeking out evidence that can be perceived with the senses, which leads the way to false beliefs, fears and negative patterns of thinking. When these things are fed into the subconscious, it has no choice but to accept them and act on the instructions contained within them. Every thought or action, which is not harmonious, whether by ignorance or fear, will have a negative effect on our lives. It is normal to be vital, healthy and strong. It is abnormal to be sick. Children are born perfectly healthy and naturally develop a sense of self-preservation, which becomes their strongest instinct. It is logical, then, that normal conditions should be able to be restored much more easily than abnormal conditions are induced. So, when we are in a state of illness, it follows that we are going against the stream of life. The law of life is the law of growth, and where there is life, there is growth. If your thoughts are in harmony with the true creative principle, it means you are in tune with the innate principle of harmony. And this is www.subliminalmindprogram.com 12, where the real magic lies. So let's get started on how to bring this magical state about. Manifesting tips from the experts. 1. You need to literally surround yourself with positivity most of the time. When people start to become interested in improving themselves, they start with focusing as much as they can on positive messages, usually because they have been trained to believe in the power of positive thinking. So you start to read books on the subject. Some of you may even start buying audio programs such as Hypnosis and Subliminal Messages. Play 13 these tapes and CDs in the background while they do their work. This can work as long as the positive messages you see and hear far outweigh the number of negative messages you receive from the people that surround you on a daily basis. However, if you wish to maximize your results, I would go a step further than this and actually start to eliminate the negative influences, at least for a while, by actually culling certain people from your life. Of course, you can't do this with close family and friends, but the idea is to at least have some time away from them, a kind of hibernation if you like, to give your mind a chance to stop picking up their negative subconscious signals. So stay away from the girls for a couple of Friday nights if you know the topic of conversation is going to be how rubbish men are. How are you ever? www.subliminalmindprogram.com 14 Going to manifest your ideal mate if you are surrounded by this negativity. I have done this and people were initially surprised when I told them that I no longer wanted to engage in these conversations. But after I had more empowering messages to share with them, they soon changed their tune. Tell them about a great guy you met by chance the other day and get them to all take turns in saying something positive about a guy they know. It will set some wheels in motion and hopefully short-circuit the cycle of negativity surrounding them. Another source of negativity is news. I do not have a television, and I read stories selectively online. But for a while, I read and watched absolutely no news at all. Did this keep me uninformed? A little. But by using the time to turn inward instead, I was able to build up my defenses against bad news by knowing that the things that directly affect me are the result of my own creating anyway. Once I relaxed safely in this knowledge, I was able to bounce back from any negative news I heard and keep my positivity level high. 2. Don't shy away from using negative affirmations. 15 Negative affirmations are often criticized for having an undesirable effect on the human mind. Those who believe in the positive affirmation method claim that when we hear such language, our minds automatically focus on the negative words in the affirmation. Some even claim that our minds can't process a negative idea, which is why they tell us to frame our affirmations using only positive language. So supposedly, I am feeling calm is better than I never get stressed. However, we all know that negative messages can have an effect on our minds. All you need to do is look at the number of negative messages you have grown up with and see how they have manifested in your life to see the evidence of this. As a child, we tend to believe our parents when they say things like "you'll never be anything if you don't finish college," because we trust their judgment and have no alternative belief system to filter it through. I wish to offer an alternative viewpoint here, and that is that you focus on the meaning of what is being said, and when that meaning is negative, your mind will understand it as a negative message. One of my favorite affirmations is, "I never get sick." And that one works well for me. I never get sick. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 16 Similarly, many famous athletes use the affirmation, "There is no pain." And there are plenty of gold medalists who would testify to the truth of this. So my advice would be that when choosing affirmations to work with, choose language that conveys a positive meaning to you and don't get too hung up on whether or not the verbs you are using are positive or negative. Below is a list of affirmations that may not seem to be 100% positive, yet have produced great results for those who have used them. I'm not suggesting you should use these, but merely pointing out that if your affirmations look like these, it's okay. Don't let anyone tell you your own affirmations are not good enough. I don't get sick. Life doesn't have to be hard. The negative experiences of my past no longer have any power over me. Things are not as bad as I think they are. 17 I am not controlled by anyone. I do not need any person or thing to be happy. I never succumb to pressure. 3. Don't be too much in your head. Living in one's head is such a common symptom of the Western world that all but a very few of us are aware just how out of alignment we are. In fact, I believe that Westerners are probably the least successful at manifesting. Why? It's because most of the time when we ask the universe for things, we do it with our heads. When we want something, we think about it, and even when we are saying our affirmations, we think about them and we forget to balance this out with feeling. When you consider that the energy charge of the heart center is several thousand times more potent than the energy charge of the brain, it's no wonder we're not getting results. The energy charge of the heart center is several thousand times more potent than the energy charge of the brain. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 18 But making the switch isn't as simple as you think. In order to leverage this amazing source of energy, you need to feel great about who you are, where you are in life and what you are doing. In other words, you need to achieve a higher level of feeling vibration. Learn meditation or self-hypnosis, sort through your issues with a therapist or anything else that will clear away any negative blockages. Once you break through these things, you should be able to feel yourself vibrating at a higher level and you will notice small differences in your life. But you can never expect to notice any differences until you change the way you feel first. Also, don't forget that emotional energy is linked to your entire body's energy system, not in your mind, so care of the body is super important. 4. Quiet your mind. This one sounds so obvious, however, it is the one thing people have a huge amount of trouble with. Because most of us live in a fast-paced society where we have jobs, children, spouses, mortgages as well as 19 friends, neighbors, jury duty and whatever else, we are not accustomed to slowing our minds down. Instead we succumb to the internal chatter that our minds give us. Whenever you feel yourself having these useless thoughts, and you'll know they are useless because they will make you feel bad, see if you can listen to the chatter as an outside observer. Once you learn to separate who you are from the internal chatter, you will be able to disengage with them. Learn to listen to them from the perspective of a curious stranger who is overhearing a conversation. You can even find amusement in what you hear. Simply allow the words to come and go through your mind without hanging on to any of them. Tell yourself that it doesn't matter that thoughts pass through your mind, as they do not define who you are. As you give them less importance, they lose their grip on your attention. Nearly all law of attraction or healing experts will tell you meditation is the best method to achieve this, so, in my opinion, learning meditation is not optional, it's necessary. Don't panic if you've never tried www.subliminalmindprogram.com 20 it before, because there are plenty of great meditations you can try from YouTube, all of which have a different aim, but your best bet is to go for something like a universal mind meditation or something that will help you to balance the chakras in the body. And when you first start out, you should use a guided meditation audio to help you. This will help you to stop focusing on your internal chatter, and will enable you to learn to focus on something else, such as your breathing, energy centers or anything else the meditation guide wants you to focus on. Relax your body as much as possible and let these ideas flood your mind for a set period of time every day. 5. Tune into your intuitive guidance system 21. You may not know this, but we all have guidance systems, which help us to get through our lives. If you listen regularly to Abraham Hicks, then you will be familiar with what is known as our emotional guidance system, but we also have a rational guidance system and an intuitive guidance system. Most of us know how to use our rational guidance system because it's the one we are used to using. In fact, our society, particularly Western society, demands that we use it almost exclusively. When we have a problem to solve, we tend to look for a rational way to solve it, and we feel like we have to come up with the answers all by ourselves, putting ourselves through lots of unnecessary stress in the process. In fact, you don't have to figure out anything yourself. When you use the law of attraction, you simply have to focus on what you want, because the solution will be something you couldn't have devised yourself. Your job is to be open to picking up the message from somewhere that is outside of your awareness. The first and most important thing that you can do to develop your intuition is to take notice of any intuitive messages you think you may be getting now. Are they in the form of gut feelings, thoughts, images, emotions, or bodily sensations? What are they suggesting to you? www.subliminalmindprogram.com 22 Clearing your mind and meditation can also help a lot. If you are serious about getting in touch with your intuition, then you should set up a meditation routine for every day for between 10 to 20 minutes. Dreams can also be a great source of information. When you are working on a problem and looking for your intuitive guidance, take some time before you fall asleep to ask for an answer to come to you through your dreams. Keep a notepad by your bed so that you can note down your dreams the moment you wake up. Your answers may come symbolically and may need some interpretation. Intuitive guidance systems are just as crucial to the manifestation process as the emotional guidance systems that Abraham Hicks talks about, as it is often through your intuition that you are guided to your desired outcome. In other words, there's no point manifesting something and then not being able to find it. 6. Believe, believe, believe. If you have been doing manifestation work for a while, you will have 23 heard that the law of attraction works whether you believe it or not. But most people become interested in the law of attraction because they are interested in attracting new things into their life. So the question then becomes, do you really trust the law of attraction to take care of you? Do you have 100% faith your relationship with the universe to the point where making changes is not only possible but they are also easy? These are big questions, and I can be pretty sure that the answer for most of you right now is no, and that's okay, because changing your subconscious belief is hard and you will probably need some assistance in the form of belief entrainment audio to really identify the ones you want to change. It's easy to believe or have faith in physical things because you can see the evidence. But because we have been trained since adolescence to www.subliminalmindprogram.com 24 close off our intuition, we often don't see the evidence as it's presented. The only way is to take a closer look at possible evidence, such as coincidences, chance encounters, and the things that have worked out despite all odds. These should give you reasons to strengthen your belief, and once you do this, more evidence will present itself to you. 7. Don't try to use the law of attraction on the area of your life that needs fixing the most. Think of an area in your life in which you wish to use the law of attraction. Would you say that it is the area that needs the most fixing? If you answered yes, then you are like 99% of people who try to use the lower. But think about this, the area of your life which needs the most attention is the issue which dredges up most of your negative emotional energy. So how you feel when you focus on this area? Probably not good, because dredging up that negativity probably caused you too much anxiety. What happens next? You fall into the defensive. It's almost like biting off more than you can chew, and when you do that you can't possibly enter the creative frame of mind. Think of the lower as a new sport that you wish to get good at, for example, weightlifting. You can't possibly lift a huge heavy weight immediately. Best to leave those big issues until later. Start on something that you are not so emotionally attached to and start to look for little results. Exercise the muscle a little and work your way up from there. 8. Get yourself in the zone. This is a superconscious state of mind where the subconscious and conscious minds are acting in total unison and harmony. Some call it the vortex. I'm calling the zone. Whatever you call it, you know when you are there because everything seems to feel natural. This is where you are when you experience that state of inspiration or flow, where everything seems to go quickly and smoothly. Many people feel this when they are working on a creative project, or are spending time with the particular person. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 26 To manifest, you must learn to get into this state as much as possible. The more relaxed you are, the more easily you will be able to access this state of mind. If you have problems relaxing, try meditation, a self-hypnosis MP3, or sit down with a pen and paper and write down all of the things you feel grateful for in your life. This is also a great exercise in gratitude. Make yourself a mind movie on Animoto using a combination of affirmations, music and pictures from your own life. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out the one on the main page of my blog. When I want to get into the zone or vortex, I listen to recordings of Abraham Hicks or spend some time walking around my neighborhood petting the stray cats. The most important thing here is to work out what you feel good doing and do it. Turn it into a daily ritual. 9. Don't stress that you are having negative thoughts. The other day I read an article about the law of attraction that said that negative thoughts were fatal and that they were responsible for all of the bad things in your life. Sound ominous, doesn't it? I mean, who likes the word fatal? Not me, that's for sure. It made my skin crawls just thinking about all of the thoughts that have gone around my head over the years. 27 And this is precisely my point. Because stressing about having negative thoughts will just lead to guess what? That's right, more negative thoughts, and these ones will be supercharged. Instead, try to acknowledge them and then try to move into a state of relaxation. To help you relax, here's a simple trick I heard about. It's called flipping the switch, and it helps you turn off your negative feelings and turn them into more positive ones. The trick is that you have to hold those positive thoughts for around 17 seconds and it will cancel out all of the negative thoughts you are having. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 28 It's always a good idea to have music ready on your iTunes or to carry an inspirational book around with you to get you in the mood quickly. Just knowing there is a way to stop stressing about your negative thoughts should be enough to help you relax and laugh those thoughts away. 10. Make yourself something visual. Visualizing is hard. I have heard tips which are supposed to make it easier, such as writing about everything you see on a piece of A4 paper with details about what your new situation looks like, any sounds you hear, and importantly, how you feel in your new life. This works for people, but for me, I found it easier to supercharge my creative energies once I turned them into a moving vision board with music. One thing I suggest you do is to check out a website called Animoto and use it to make your own visual board. There is a space for text so that you can add affirmations as well. You can also add music, either the music they have provided, for you can add your own from your iTunes, add your 29 own visuals, pictures or video, and you're on the road to better manifesting. You will have to pay a monthly membership of $5 a month, but just try it out and cancel it after the first month. This gives you enough time to make 100 of the things if you want to. One of the reasons I like making these mini movies is that it's a great combination of music, an instant mood changer, visuals, with color and detail, and affirmations, for clear intent, and it really is a winning combination. I have included a link to one of mine as an example. This took around 20 minutes because I had to search online for pictures, but if you have your own pictures ready, it will be even quicker. Pictures with you in them are great also because really brings the manifestation home. Here's that link, http://animoto.com/play/5calcsvojb0t87g11. Be careful when you set goals. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 30. It's difficult to pick up a success book without reading about the importance of goal setting and how to achieve goals, but there's something you may not realize about goal setting, and that if you are not in the right place mentally, goal setting may actually be stopping you from getting what you want. In order to understand why it might be holding you back, let's examine what happens when you set a goal and what effect it has on your vibration. If you are like most people, you know what you want, so you think that in order to get what you want, you need to set that as a goal and try really hard to achieve it. But then what happens is that you start to measure the desired result against what you actually have, and suddenly, if the result is not coming fast enough for you, a feeling of anxiety or desperation comes into your being and the goal suddenly starts to look unreachable. When you feel like this, you have put yourself in a vibrational stance of not having something, because the goal stays exactly as that, a goal, and not something that actually exists for you. In other words, you have just put up a big wall of resistance. 31. Let's make this clearer. Whether or not you reach the goals you set for yourself does not depend on how hard you work or how much you think about the goals. It depends on whether or not you are in a state of allowing. Allowing is where real attainment happens. When you set a goal, you are hoping that something will manifest, and the process for manifesting things happens in 3 steps. Firstly, you have to ask for it. This isn't a problem, as we ask for things all the time. In fact, every time you think of something you don't want, you are thinking that you want the opposite. The second step is that the universe gives you what you want by putting things in motion for you. Step 3 is to be a vibrational match for what www.subliminalmindprogram.com 32 you want, and you only become this when you feel good about something. In fact, when you do a visualization or make an affirmation, you are actually engaging in step 3, not step 1. Affirmations are part of the art of allowing. The affirmations will only be effective if the feeling place you get to as a result of using them puts you in vibrational alignment with what you want. If I think about my goals with a feeling of eagerness and fulfillment, and a knowing that it will be given, this is the vibration that the universe will respond to and will make the manifestation happen much sooner. People who achieve their goals do so because they are a vibrational match for them. Goal setting actually makes them feel good, not desperate. They know that the goal won't be that hard to achieve if they just stay on track and they actually have fun with it instead of taking it too seriously. So the goal doesn't really feel like a goal at all. It feels as though it has already happened. 12. Stop trying so hard. I'll bet when you were children your parents all taught you that you will 33 never reach anything if you don't try. If at first you don't succeed, there's no gain without pain, etc. I'll bet you all, or at least 90% of you, have taken this on board, and it has become a kind of life's mantra. Most of us as adults believe that we must keep trying as we live our lives emulating the little engine that could. Abraham Hicks calls it swimming upstream. In other words, expending effort, which will ultimately lead us to waste a lot of our energy. Think of it this way: although trying hard at something is a good way for you to push your boundaries, it is also important to recognize that situations which require constant effort are probably those with which we www.subliminalmindprogram.com 34 are not fully aligned. So many people value working really hard to achieve a goal. In fact, many you probably believe that the only things that are worth having must be difficult to attain, like a relationship. But really, there is no need to try or to expend unnecessary effort. Just getting out of your own way is enough. In fact, there is a vibrational version of everybody, which reacts to every desire and starts moving towards it on a vibrational level, which then pulls your physical body towards it. This is what this feeling of elated expectation is that you feel just before something you really desire actually manifests. It is the feeling of being downstream. 13. Remember to stay grateful. I'm sure you've already heard about the attitude of gratitude, where you set aside time each day to mull over the things you are grateful for. But how many of you are regularly doing this? And yet, this attitude of gratitude is of the utmost importance. 35. Here's a tip I learned about how to really get into the state of gratitude. Grab yourself a notepad and pen and brainstorm all of the things you have in your life that you can feel grateful about. Once the ideas start flowing and you start writing them down, you'll find that more and more of them come to you, vying for your attention. Stay in this zone for around 15 minutes and see how great you feel afterwards. Once you have done this exercise, the energy charge you will have created will be so strong that you will be virtually impenetrable. Remember to throw in a few things you want to happen and be grateful for those too, even if you have not received them yet, and you will be on fire. This is such a powerful exercise, and I can remember clearly the feeling of power I had after doing it the first time. 14. Look after your physical body. Many of us are already aware that the law of attraction can help us to attract better health and a better body. But we often forget that www.subliminalmindprogram.com 36 maintaining good health is essential to making the law of attraction work in the first place. As much as possible you should be careful of what you eat, eating mostly those foods that provide you with good energy and avoiding those that make you feel tired, heavy, or that gives you short bursts of high energy, as this does not help you to keep your vibration high. As much as possible, you should try to stick with fresh, local, organic food. Another must is exercise. Physical exercise releases stress from the body as well as any other nasties that may have taken root in your physical being. It also regulates your heart rate. This important as your body consists of a series of energy systems, the base of which are your physical energy systems, and because of the law of coherence, things like a good heart rate can have a positive effect on other wave patterns in your body, such as your brain waves. Matt Clarkson says in his introduction to his core energy meditation system, when one energy system is strong, positive, clear, and coherent, it tends to bring the other systems around it into a like state of coherence as well. This effect is called resonance, and resonance is the basis of the law of attraction. So you really can't afford to ignore your body. 37:15. Ritualize it. Let me tell you a little story. It's about a person who wanted desperately to manifest certain things in her life. She had seen The Secret, she understood all about the importance of vibration, feeling good and having good intentions, at least intellectually, but however hard she tried, it just wouldn't happen. Then she tried belief entrainment to notch it up a bit, and this seemed to provide some change in how she felt. She gave NLP a try, same thing, but again the money, love and other things she was trying desperately to enjoy just weren't showing up. She thought, what is going on? Is there anything to this manifestation stuff at all, or is it just a bunch of hype? Then she came across an interesting audio one day in which an expert was talking about how she took little practices and ritualized them each day, and this expert kept doing them until these rituals felt so normal that www.subliminalmindprogram.com 38 she barely even thought about doing TM. Something changed inside her. She decided to follow the expert's example and choose her favorite practices and turn each one into little rituals, and well, something finally did happen. Things that had been held back from her suddenly started flowing, a little slowly at first, but then they gathered momentum, and then, once she realized she only had to go with the flow, suddenly manifesting became a whole lot easier. I know this story well because this person was me. And as a result, I firmly believe in the power of ritualizing. You see, when something becomes a ritual in your life, it means you do it almost unconsciously. That is, you don't think about it, and if you don't think about it, you don't put up resistance. Also, rituals help you get into the flow. It's no good just doing one NLP course and stopping, or 39 doing some affirmations when you remember to, and then going back to your usual self-deprecating routine. Flow requires consistency. The best time to carry out rituals is in the morning, starting with a little gratitude ritual, followed by a meditation, or if you know of something else that works for you, affirmations, yoga, etc., then do it. But do it repeatedly and over time. This will supercharge your results. 17. Focus on your intentions, not just your goals. Intent is one of those magic missing ingredients that, when understood and formulated, can really make things happen for you. So what is the difference between an intention and a goal? Great question. The answer goes something like this. In short, every functioning adult knows what a goal is and knows how important it is to set these goals. They are the things we want to achieve, like www.subliminalmindprogram.com 40 to lose 5 kilos before my wedding, to be promoted to a management position by this time next year, to run my own business by the time I'm 40. They are specific, measurable results on which we often place a lot of importance. The problem with goals, however, is that they often remain goals and often don't morph into reality. Why? Because before they manifest, you actually have to be in alignment with them and believe they are going to happen, that they are not far away, and that the universe is on your side when it comes to making them happen. In fact, setting goals is fun and provide you with a sense of heightened anticipation, as the activity of thinking about your goals releases positive emotional energy. Does this describe the goal-setting process for you? If not, the reason could be that you have skipped a step. You have forgotten to think about your intentions. Intentions are the actual reasons you set goals for yourself. For example, let's assume you want to get married. You could set a goal about this, and you may even try to use the law of attraction to make it happen, but have you actually thought 41 about why you want to get married? 0 are what that particular outcome feels like? Or do you not associate a particular feeling to it? We normally, although this is not always the case, set a goal because we associate that goal with a particular state of positivity. People generally want to experience pleasure or feel good in their lives, which is why we set the goals in the first place. So let's stop for a minute and try to experience what those goals feel like. For example, I want to get married because I want to feel loved, secure, and have the sense that I am living every day with the person who is in complete alignment with me and who has my back no matter what happens, and marriage is the best way to access this feeling. Can you feel the difference? Does it open up some kind of positive emotional energy in you? Great, you're on track. Intention puts you in alignment with the universe and it guides you to a state of allowing. These things are essential if you want to use the law of www.subliminalmindprogram.com 40 to attraction deliberately. Thought energy is not enough. Did you know that feeling energy is 100 times more powerful than thought energy? This explains why people who are passionate about their goals, such as pro athletes, achieve much bigger things than the rest of us. When you add intention to the mix, you supercharge your energy by offering a vibration that is a match for the universe. The universe responds to the feeling energy of loving and being loved far more than it responds to the idea that marriage is good for a person's future and society as a whole, and will respond to this person's request much more quickly. I'll add a point here, and that is that intentions and goals that are in alignment with universal energy are the only ones worth having. So if you're trying to use the law of attraction to manifest an intention or goal related to love, vibrant health, freedom, or prosperity, then you're on the right track. Intentions not in alignment with these universal principles may manifest, but you may end up feeling not so good about them when they do arrive. Be careful what you wish for. So before you use the law of attraction to manifest anything, try to follow these steps. 1. Put yourself in a feeling place where you can get in touch with 43 universal principles of love, vibrant health, prosperity, joy, happiness, inner calm and confidence. Meditate on these things if you need to. 2. As you get in touch with these feelings, think of a situation that could allow you access that thing. For example, freedom and prosperity could be associated with owning your own business. Don't worry if it doesn't resemble your current situation. We are more concerned with feelings than reality at this stage. 3. Now that you know of a situation that feels right, start trying to turn it into a goal. This will put it into reality for you. Make it specific, measurable, and put a time limit on it. 4. Do something that will help you reach that goal every single day, no matter how small. 5. Visualize yourself achieving that goal every day. 18. Try some of the new self-help technologies available. www.subliminalmindprogram.com. 44. The tips I have given you, while useful, are also difficult to achieve on by yourself at times. The subconscious is a stubborn thing and isn't prone to change. In fact, its modus operandi is actually to protect you by keeping things constant. Even successive visits to a therapist cannot budge those stubborn beliefs. I'm not suggesting that you can't have success on your own, but enlisting the help of some of the world's leading self-help professionals can get you on track more quickly and with longer-lasting results. To help you with this, I have compiled a list of some of my favorite, tried and tested products that can help you get yourself on the path of creating your ideal life today. Subliminal MP3s. One of my favorite products would have to be Subliminal MP3s. They are super easy to download, inexpensive, and there is literally an MP3 designed to fix just about any problem imaginable. So from losing weight to feeling more confident taking exams, all of your bases are covered. The latest releases also include a subliminal for male sexual performance. Each album comes with a script, which tells you what has been encoded into the album, and this is a great bonus because you can use 45 of them as affirmations to boost the power of the albums. If you are focused and committed to changing, then subliminal audio will be your best friend and help you to achieve your goals much faster, and much more naturally. Alan Dutt's Choose to Believe program. While many people may not have heard of him, I believe that Alan Dutt is one of the most important people in self-development today. Alan started out in life much like anyone else. Being a straight-A student in school proved to be no benefit as he found himself in a long series of personal failures. After struggling for years to find a solution to his problems, he discovered that the traditional pathways to success depended on a measure of faith or belief in order to work. Since then, Alan has dedicated himself to finding new and better ways to help folks change what they believe in order to empower themselves to live the lifestyle they desire, and bring their dreams to reality. The Choose to Believe course is the result of this research, and it will show you exactly how to find the limiting beliefs behind any specific goal you wish to attain, and exactly how to www.subliminalmindprogram.com. 46 Change your beliefs quickly and permanently. The course contains a book and a set of audio recordings, all of which work together to give you everything you need to start using the law of attraction successfully today. You can also check out his Embraces program, another excellent product, which aims to help you shift your beliefs so that they are more compatible with those things you desire. The Love or Above Toolkit. This is a great product brought to you by Christy Marie Sheldon, who for the last 15 years has been an intuitive healer and medium specializing in raising people's personal vibrations to a level of love or above. And she does this by detecting the blockages in a person's energy and helping the person to unblock them through spiritual and mental exercises. Christy's philosophy, and I have to say that it's one I am totally on board with, is that you can't even hope to manifest change in your life until you unblock what is blocking the change from happening. Manifestation and law of attraction won't work. 47 Until you are a vibrational match for the things you desire. Now, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about what constitutes being at a level of love or above, as I'll leave that up to you to discover. But I will say that this is a product that will make you feel a whole lot better after using it, and that's really what we are aiming for. Andy Shaw's A Bug-Free Mind ebook, So you know the feeling of frustration you get when you use a computer and it takes ages to boot because over the years, it has gathered such a build-up of junk, so you either have to tolerate its slowness or restart it. Well, it's the same with your mind, except that instead of viruses and bugs, we have limiting thoughts and beliefs that slow us down. And not only do we have bits of them floating around, we have whole continents of them which come into contact with other bits of rubbish and morph into all sorts of weird thoughts, beliefs and assumptions. And while traditional forms of self-help such as meditation are great for relaxing and clearing the mind, when you finish the meditation, you return back to the same mind full of bugs. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 48 The only solution is to get the hardware fixed. In other words, create a bug-free mind. Okay, so it's not as instant as rebooting your computer as there are some modules to get through, but I think you'll find the results are similar. At the time of writing, you could download the first few chapters free so you could sample Anne's work, but once you download the free chapters, you will want to keep reading. Matt Clarkson's Secrets of Meditation, Health and Manifestation. Secrets of Meditation, Energy and Manifestation is a comprehensive introduction to zero meditation, breathing, energy work and manifestation. It's ideal for anyone with an interest in meditation, self-growth and personal development, as well as anyone suffering from stress, anxiety or depression. It works by balancing all your major energy centers, your mind, heart and body. In other words, it's a holistic treatment. The program is ideal for beginners and advanced meditators alike. 49 That means whether you are a complete novice or you have been meditating daily for a number of years, you can get something out of this program. On top of this, Matt gives you many different meditation techniques so you can find one that resonates with you. You only need to practice for 20 minutes a day, although you can practice for longer if you like. Most participants like to practice first thing in the morning, but really any time of day is fine. Even if you are doing some other form of self-development, you can still slot this program into your routine, as not only can it work in conjunction with any other personal growth practice that you might be doing already, it can actually enhance the results. Manifest Absolutely Anything by Rishan B. I first came across Rishan when I was sent one my usual subscriber list emails. I watched a couple of the videos and was hooked. What I like about Rishan is the fact that he admits that manifesting isn't the simple process we have been told it isn't. He offers a technique called whole brain synchronized thinking as a way to get your mind into the right framework. He even gives you the actual script he uses to put himself in a state of whole brain functioning. This basically resembles a www.subliminalmindprogram.com 50 hypnosis script, but I tried it and was quite effective. This actually comes as a freebie with the video series, but I can say that it makes trying to use the law of attraction a lot easier. In my opinion, hypnosis or meditation to help you get into an alpha state is essential to the manifesting process. Another thing I like about this product is that it treats manifestation as a process with different steps that you have to follow in order to get the best results. And this is something that you often don't find in the other programs. For example, by asking yourself a series of pertinent questions, we can discover what it really is that we want, not what we think we want. Natural Hypnosis is a company which creates downloadable hypnosis MP3s in a very similar way that Subliminal MP3s does, except that being an actual hypnosis session, you can actually hear the hypnotist's voice. There are a variety of tracks to suit a range of issues from weight loss to developing an entrepreneur's mindset, and all tracks are written and recorded by Brennan Smith, a member of the 51 American Hypnotherapists Association. The albums use a blend of Ericksonian hypnosis, traditional suggestion, visualization, and neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, techniques. So for the most part, it's a very indirect form of hypnosis. This means that listening to the albums feels like you are just having a conversation with Brennan, your hypnotist. However, there are subtle hypnotic commands embedded in the conversation, and these commands gradually and naturally put you into a trance-like state. This indirect, modern approach to hypnosis is safe, effective, and most importantly, it ensures that anyone can be hypnotized. All you need is a comfortable seat or somewhere you can lie down for 30 minutes without being interrupted. Natural Hypnosis also offers 3 free albums to be used as samples, so you can experience what it is like to be hypnotized before you actually make the purchase. Hypnosis and NLP certified. www.subliminalmindprogram.com 52. Although this may sound like it is a course for those who want to practice NLP professionally, this course is actually suitable for anyone. In it you will learn some really effective methods to break negative cycles and have unlimited confidence, as well as use it to help your friends and family. The program is delivered online in both video and ebook format by Steve G. Jones, who has over 20 years' experience as a certified clinical hypnotist, both teaching hypnosis students and working with clients. He is often referred to as the hypnotist to the stars because of the list of celebrities he has worked with and the many television appearances he has made, but hype aside, he really does know his stuff, both in terms of teaching and also actual hypnosis delivery. The course should take about 2 to 3 weeks to complete, depending on quickly you study the material, which consists of 10 hours of video and a 100-page NLP ebook. A test is included in the course materials 53 and you simply complete the test after all other modules to get your certification, which allows you to be registered with the American Alliance of NLP to practice NLP. As I mentioned before, this course may sound like a lot of work, but once you complete it, you'll be surprised how much knowledge you have, and if you start practicing on clients, they're an added bonus. Some final words. I just wanted to take this opportunity to say again that if you are new to this whole manifestation journey and you are feeling frustration with it, I hear you. Remember that there are many sources of information out there that attempt to make it look easy, which it is, but only when you are in a state of connection, flow and allowing, and for many of us, that is not easy to do. The products I have endorsed are all ones I have personally used and can recommend, and they should send you on your way. But if you still have questions, you can always contact me on my Facebook page, www.subliminalmindprogram.com 54 https://www.facebook.com/LindaSubliminalMindProgram. Ref =HL #. I would love to hear from you. Cheers, Linda.